Hello, beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It's a beautiful day in the far north of Maine, up along the Canadian border in the crown of Maine. And I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are as well. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, today's podcast is for the people from away coming into the great state of Maine to view the solar eclipse on Monday. Now, we have estimates throughout the state that we are going to have 60,000 to 100,000 people converge all along the trajectory for the solar eclipse. They are going to converge in many small towns along the eclipse path. And our governor, although she's a whack-ass moonbat and has some whack-ass policies, she's bluer than blue can be. Whatever they do in California, she tries to do it here. It's absolutely crazy and nuts. But when Governor Janet Mills does the wrong thing, we broadcast it on YouTube. And when Governor Mills does the right thing, we broadcast it on YouTube. Because here at Coffee with Kerri-Lynn, we are fair. And we are balanced. And when you do wrong, you should be blasted for it. And when you do the right thing, you should be given the credit. And what she did was put out a list of tips for people from away coming into the great state of Maine to keep you guys safe, warm, and happy as you watch the solar eclipse in our small communities. But before we get to today's show, let's do the dirty work. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, I want to tell you guys a story because this is an amazing thing. I am so happy, I'm so excited, and I'm so elated. And it's because of you, my audience, my subscribers. So last Wednesday, we were sitting down to dinner, discussing different things that we're going to do with this channel as soon as we get the adventure van back, which should be this week. Fingers crossed. And as the weather breaks and the snow melts away, we're going to go on a lot of different adventures, and we want to take you guys with us. We're going to be traveling throughout the great state of Maine and seeing people, getting people's opinions, doing some really cool hikes, doing some really cool just vacation-style adventures, and we want to take you guys along with us. And we're kind of putting things together and making an outline, a sketch of how we want to do things. And because, you know, he's not a big video guy. So it's just an amazing thing that he's actually agreeing to do this because he loves me so much. So I had said to him, my goal is to get 200 subscribers by June 1st. I don't have big lofty goals here on this channel. I'm an old woman. I'm 53 years old. The big channels that you see have been around for 15 years. In 15 years, I will be 68 years old. And I don't know if we're going to be doing this. Hopefully we will. But I don't really know if, it's 15 years from now. A lot can happen. Believe me, life is wild. And wild things can happen. And you just never know what the future holds. So that was my goal. I have small goals, baby steps, and we'll see where things go. Well, over the course of a couple days, I ended up with over 40 new subscribers. We now have 197 subscribers. I am 3 subscribers away from my goal of 200 by June 1st. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, I appreciate each and every person that subscribes to my channel because I know without you guys subscribing, without you guys watching my shenanigans, without you guys liking or disliking my video, doesn't matter. Any attention on YouTube is good attention. Without you guys commenting in my comment section, I'm just a crazy old lady that lives 15 minutes from Canada, on a homestead, off-grid, screaming into the void. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, thank you so much. I am so elated to be this close to my goal of 200 subscribers. And I am so glad that I have earned your subscription to my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, I am on all social media. I am on Facebook and on Insta, Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. I am on X at Coffee with Kerri. Join me over there every Thursday or Friday. I tend to be posting on Thursdays and Fridays over there. I have no idea why. It's just an OCD thing. I am also on Rumble, where we're going to be talking about some pretty spicy topics on Rumble coming right up. There's a lot of things you can't discuss on YouTube, as we all know. And we're going to be doing that over there because, you know, there's a lot of sicknesses coming out and we can't discuss sicknesses, and we can't discuss your immune system, and we can't discuss seed oils, and there's a lot of things we can't discuss on YouTube. Now, if you're listening to me on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and now Pandora, welcome to my podcast. I'm just a variety show. I'm a woman that talks about anything that pops into her head and flies out her mouth, generally unfiltered, and we both find out what I have to say about certain things in the country. We talk about anything and everything. We talk about life, love, liberty, the pursuit of your happiness and my happiness. We talk about our individual happinesses. We talk about homesteading, livestock, relationships, marriage. We talk about kids, big kids, little kids, adult kids, grandkids. We talk about politics. We talk about the dumpster fire that the world is at the moment. Today we're going to talk about keeping the people from away, and I mean no offense to everybody coming into the state of Maine. I am still considered from away. I have lived in the great state of Maine 1 year longer than I lived in Rhode Island, where I grew up and was born. So I am still not a Mainer. I am still a person from away. I am still a foreigner. I am still a flatlander. So I mean no disrespect when I say from away. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, our Governor Janet Mills and the people of the state of Maine want to keep you guys warm and safe during your visit for the solar eclipse. We're having a lot of cool festivities in a lot of really small towns in the state. Now, I've said before, the projection is 60,000 to 100,000 people converging on the state. And it looks like the county is preparing for about 20,000 people extra to show up. So let's talk about some of the tips that our governor has given you guys. What the fuck, it did it again. Why did... So we had our first technical difficulty issue here during the podcast. If it's going to go wrong, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to go wrong on this podcast. I'm a one-woman show today. I don't have a big show. I have a small show, and I do just about everything myself. It's me, my video camera, a little voice recorder, and we're just kind of going with the flow here. There are days I do have help. I also am the only person that answered your comments. People asked about that because I do get a vast amount of comments on my videos. That is me, ladies and gentlemen. I read each and every one of your comments and I comment back, and we've been having some amazing discussions in the comment section, and we now have people helping people, other subscribers helping subscribers that need some information on homesteading, on water storage, on living off grid, anything and everything. And my subscribers are helping each other out, and that's what I wanted this channel to be. But we have, every once in a while, we have technical difficulties. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, if you are from away, Maine is very unique. We have a lot of different things in the state of Maine, including a fifth season. While we do have winter, spring, summer, and fall, between winter and spring, we have this lovely little season. Actually, it's a despicable little season, and I can't stand it, but it happens every single year, called mud season. Our mud here in Maine is so thick and so sticky, it's going to suck the tires off of your cars. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, if you are coming to Maine this week, please avoid the mud, because we may not find you if you step into it. You know, we have all kinds of things in Maine, and the first thing people think about when they think about Maine is Stephen King. We got Stephen King. We also have lobster, and we have forests, and we have woods, and we have amazing state parks, and we've got the beautiful Mount Katahdin. We have the Appalachian Trail. It's either the beginning or the end, depending upon where you're starting on the trail. We have lakes, we have an ocean, we have farms, we have a lot of crafty people who make a lot of amazing products, and they sell them in amazing little gift shops along the not so beaten route. And we have some great small businesses for you guys to frequent, and tourist money is always welcome here in the great state of Maine. And we have a lot of really nice restaurants for you guys to kick back and relax and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, there are things people do not realize if they have never been to Maine in the spring. And a few of the things that people don't realize are we have wicked snowstorms in April. We have been having snow since Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, snow. Snowstorms, snow squalls, snow showers. And often our snow does not melt until May. We have days that are warm, but our nights are freezing. So you cannot tent or sleep in your car while you're visiting us here for the eclipse. You will be very, very cold unless you stop at LL Bean down in Freeport. As you come into the state, big sign's going to say Maine, the way life should be. And then there's going to be a sign for Freeport, and it's going to be LL Bean. Now you stop at LL Bean. You get the Cabela all-season tent, the one with the wood stove in it, and then you'll be able to camp in the state of Maine at this time of year. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, our state parks will be open during the day. At night, they will be closed. However, if you are visiting one of our amazing state parks, you cannot go into the woods at this time of year because there's snow. You cannot hike the trails this time of year because not only is there snow, but there are fallen trees and a lot of winter debris. We have not cleaned up our trails yet. You cannot sleep in the state parks, in your car, or with a tent. And quite honestly, if y'all go traipsing off into the woods, you have to understand, Mainers have winter fatigue, and we are getting ready right now to plant, whether it's a small homestead or a major commercial farm. We're all getting ready to plant. We have a lot of work to do. We're trying to get our seeds in some dirt, get our starters ready, clean our greenhouses up, try not to get our boots sucked off in the mud as we go through our backyard. And the last thing we want to do is traipse around the woods looking for you because you decided you were going to go off on an adventure. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, if you go off on an adventure in the woods, and we all aren't so, hep about gearing up in our snow gear to try to find you, we'll find you in about 6 to 8 weeks when we start cleaning up the trails so that we can use our ATVs. There you have it. We have animals in Maine, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. We have moose, we have deer, we have bear, we have lynx, we have coyote, whatever. I say coyote, pick which one you want. We have wolf hybrids in our woods, and we have Sasquatch. So, you know what happens with eclipses? Animals can get confused, and the bigger animals could think it's nighttime and decide that they're going to dart out across the road. They come out across the road when it's perfectly sunny outside too. And if you are not driving the speed limit on our rural roads, and if you do not take great caution driving our rural roads, you will end up needing a tow truck. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world from away, understand the moose crossing signs are not fancy road decorations. They serve a purpose. If you need to pull over onto the side of the road because something's happened to your car, please make sure you pull over into the breakdown lane. Do not pull over, if you can avoid it, into the soft shoulder because it's mud season. If you do not have a breakdown lane, try to stay on the road as much as possible or get to a paved driveway. Now, if you're out and about and you see a fancy dirt road and you just want an adventure and you think, I wonder where that road goes to, please do not go down it because you will get stuck. It is mud season, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. And as I said before, the mud is so soul-sucking, it will suck the tires off of your car. Now, if you do happen to venture down a dirt road and you happen to get stuck in the mud, you will not be calling a tow truck because the tow truck ain't going to pull you out. We will have to call you a farmer. And that farmer will have to come and get your car out of the mud when he's gosh darn well ready to do it. Because all our farms up here are starting to service their equipment for planting. So they got better things to do than pull you out of the mud. However, we're an amazing bunch of friendly people and we love to help people if they need help. Probably what will happen is somebody will mosey up on top of you and kind of look and say to themselves, what the heck is that person doing there? They'll get out of their car and they'll holler, what's going on? And you'll say, car's stuck. And they'll tell you to walk on up to them because they ain't going down to you. They'll pull out their cell phone and they will call for help. They will call the farmer down the road. Now, because everybody is servicing their equipment for plant, you're going to have to wait a little while before that farmer comes. So if you're from the city and you're impatient and you think things are going to happen for you real quick up here, just kick back and relax because you're going to wait until the farmer down the road a piece finishes his business to come pull your car out of the mud. While you're waiting, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, for those of you who have pulled this adventure shenanigan, the person who stops to help you will tuck you into the front seat of their truck, put the heater on for you to keep you nice and warm, pass over a thermos full of nice warm coffee, make the call to the farmer to get the tractor down, to get your car unstuck. Now you'll wait. You'll be sitting there and you will have a pleasant conversation. You will be asked, where you from? You will be asked, what you doing up here? Then you will be asked what was in your mind to travel down a road you didn't know, go into some soft mud, and now you're buried up to your axles. What are you thinking? Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, you will have gotten yourself into a predicament. Now, photographs will be taken. People will see Joe's truck stopped on the side of the dirt road. What's Joe doing there? They're going to stop to find out what's Joe doing there. And you're going to be in the front seat. And they're going to go through the questions all over again with you. There will be photographs taken. And in this age of Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, I can guarantee you those photographs taken with those phones will be put on Facebook on the Maine Idiot Spotters page. Yes, we do have a Maine Idiot Spotters page on Facebook. It's all in good fun and it's all in good humor. But you will be warm, you will be toasty, and everybody will be gathering to discuss your situation. Eventually, word gets around town that you got yourself stuck on Bog Road, right up to the axles. Everybody is going to be talking, they're going to be laughing, it's going to be like old home days. You're going to have a crowd of people. And finally, when you think you are at the depth of your embarrassment for jacking your car into the mud, the farmer will show up on his John Deere to pull you out. And that's where the real fun begins. Because now the farmer's assessing, he's looking at you, everybody's talking about it. He's just shaking his head. He will get down there. He will get your car out. The conversation is going to turn, and everybody's going to start reminiscing. Remember the Flatlander that did this in '82? Weren't it your daddy that pulled him out of the mud too? There you go. You're going to offer the farmer a little bit of cash for helping you out. But our farmers in Maine, they're not going to accept your cash. They're just going to give you a handshake and tell you that while your lack of common sense messed up their day, they have a great story to tell in the future. So that is going to be payment enough. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, if you are coming to Maine, please be practical. Bring warm clothes. Bring your solar viewing glasses. Bring food and a cooler full of beverages. But do remember, we have a lot of dry towns in the state of Maine. So mind what beverages you're bringing. Make sure you have a full tank of gas. Fill up prior to getting to your destination, hopefully in New Hampshire. And also bring an extra can of gas from where you live up here, because we all got to get to work when you leave for the rest of the week. And we are not on our summer gas routine. We get excited when people come to Maine, and we will greet you in the county with a warm bienvenue when you arrive and an au revoir when you go. We're happy to have you in our great state, but with tourism comes disruption. We're happy to have the disruption, but nonetheless, we're glad to see you all go. We're happy to see you leave so our life can quiet down the way it should be. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, welcome to Maine. If you're coming in for the Eclipse events, we're happy to have you here. We're also happy to see you go. And carpe diem, because no one promised you a tomorrow.